What's going on, people in YouTube land? Kimchi Chris here, and welcome to today's video. And for today's video, I wanted to review a brand new record that just came out from Chelsea Wolfe called Spun. So if you've never checked out Chelsea Wolfe before, basically she's a little bit hard to categorize. A lot of people call her a folk singer, a lot of people call her gothic, a lot of people call her metal, a lot of people just call her rock, singer-songwriter, things like that, some of the kind of easier ones. But if you ask me, she kind of melds all those things. None of those are exactly wrong things to call her, but none of them are exactly right. She's basically a singer-songwriter that has a lot of metal influence, a whole lot of metal influence, and always kind of flirted with metal since day one. And in recent years has been going a lot more in that direction on her recordings, because when you listen to the early records, they're amazing, but the only thing that was always a little bit kind of off-putting about the recordings versus her live situation basically is that live she was very doomy, sludgy, heavy, very metal, always very metal, but the recordings didn't always reflect that. But with that being said, on her last record before this, Abyss, she finally embraced her more metal sound on a recording. And as a result, you had a very consistent record. It wasn't necessarily her strongest if you ask me, but it was a step in the right direction that I knew whatever came after this was just going to be something amazing. And that's what we get here on the brand new record, Spun. This record opens with feedback. That's how it opens. There's guitar feedback on the opening track, Spun, and then it just goes into a doomy, sludgy, heavy song just out of the gate. This is heavy. And anyone at this point that's not saying she's a metal artist, at least somewhat, is just wrong. I mean, just look at the people that helped her on this record. You have members of Converge, ISIS, Queens of the Stone Age, all these great bands, all these great respected rock and metal bands helping her out and making this sound exactly what it should have been for years. And this opening track is just so mammoth and so heavy and just one of the highlights of the record. It just plugs along. It's kind of hard to understand what she's saying. Another, you know, sign of a metal artist basically right there. But it's a great record and the feeling is there. You just kind of feel this overall dread and despair that, you know, she's trying to really, you know, give everyone with this sound of this song, this record. And yeah, it's a great start to this overbearing, awesome, heavy record. And when I say heavy, I don't mean that this is necessarily going to be like a death metal record or something along those lines as far as heavy goes, okay? There's not a lot of double bass and whatnot, but the atmosphere is heavy. And that's one thing I would have likened this record to as far as black metal goes, is that it's very similar to black metal in the fact that atmosphere is very important on this record. This is the kind of thing you play late at night, dark in your house with some candles lit, and you're gonna have a much better experience, a much different experience than you would have listening to it in broad daylight. Now, that's not to say the whole record is nothing but doom and gloom and sludge, because you do have a few songs like the more acoustic driven Two Spirit that harken back to some of her earlier works and things like that, but there's still an overall aura of despair and just sadness to it that is similar to so many metal records. And Chelsea just does so well on this record, This is a really well-crafted piece of art, if you ask me. Now, one thing that's important to keep in mind, this is one of those kind of records that I feel it's hard to recommend specific songs. Even though the songs are pretty good, I don't think it's that kind of record that you just want to listen to one song and that's it. I think you need to really take the whole thing in. You need to sit down, listen to it, really take it in, and just, you know, hear it as a complete work, because Chelsea Wolfe has never been a singles type of artist to begin with. She's always been very album focused, and as a result, her albums have been pretty good across the board. I really haven't heard one that I disliked yet, but at the same time, I know some people that have listened to a song or two from her and said, this isn't really my thing, and that's fine, but I think you should give the whole album a chance, because this thing will grow on you over time. And with me, I loved it out of the gate, but I have known quite a few people that didn't love her at first, got one of her records, listened to it once, threw it out, but then for whatever reason revisited it a month later, and then maybe a little bit after that, and they've told me, like, this grew on me, I started to love this. And I think this could be one of those kind of records if you're new to Chelsea Wolfe. But if you've been a fan for a while, drop everything, stop watching this video, go get this record. This is one of her best works yet, if you ask me. This is a fabulous, amazing record, and as far as a rating goes, I would give this thing a solid 9 out of 10. It's a great record. Honestly, I might end up giving it a little bit of a higher score down the road, because this one is already growing on me. I've listened to it quite a few times and it's getting better every listen. This is already, I don't know why I'm saying already like it's the beginning of the year, because we're close to the end of the year, but This one is a contender for my album of the year list. Not gonna be number 1, I wouldn't say, but definitely top 10. This is a great record, and this has really blown me away. And she's playing here in a couple weeks, and I'm so excited to get to see these songs live. So go check this record out. Go check this record out if you haven't already. If you're a fan, check it out. If you're not a fan, go check it out. But listen to the whole thing. Trust me on this. Listen to the whole thing. Let me know what you guys think about this record in the comments below. Let me know if you love it. Let me know if it's the worst thing you've ever heard, the best thing you heard, whatever. Let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you even remotely were entertained by my words about this, and hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and hit the little alarm so you get the updates from me. Because I've always got reviews coming out. I've always got Kiss content coming out. I've always got metal content, anime content, nerd content, all kinds of stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next video.